Hello there and welcome to my channel. I'm Kate in the Nest and I'm actually doing something a little unusual. I'm filming in the morning because I'm about to head out for the day, and I was at that point of shall I talk to you first? I was at that point where I was feeling a little unsettled and I had a little bit of time. I thought I need to just have a little stitch before I go. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm bringing you along for the ride. So I'm hoping that you are well. So nothing completely new, except I think I might have shared this embroidery that came quite a while ago, and it's been sitting. I think I wanted to start, it as a shrine sort of piece, and in which I mean for a wall. And I've been totally inspired by the beautiful Sarah at Thread and Connect. She shared her Kelli May-Krenz influenced shrine on Instagram. I was that last night or the night before, and it was just completely beautiful and so sweetly pink. So as I was rummaging around, my eyes went to this, and I haven't collaged it, and I thought I'm going to try something new for me, and that's to, number one, celebrate. Well, it's not new, I celebrate always the embroidery of others, but I'm thinking, can I enhance this, um, give it more colour and more life? So have you done that before? So what I've decided to do is I've got some orangey, yellowy, pinky wool on my needle, and it's a beautiful linen in this unusual colour, and I like it that it's not white. And so I'm just going to see if I can literally colour in this flower centre. It's very windy here, and my tree, I shared the blossom of it the other day, is absolutely covered with the most beautiful blossoms, but the wind is trying its best to blow them off. So every now and then there's a shower of petals going past the window. I put a picture of it on Instagram. I was just wondering where you might have been able to see that. Okay, so this is adding height and a bit of colour and a change of texture. And I haven't pulled that one tight enough. There we are. And it's giving me an opportunity to study these tiny little stitches. Look at those, and the beautiful work on the leaves. I really do feel like I'm colouring in between the lines. So I'm trying to be very neat. Do you remember doing that when you were growing up? Outline first, and then we'll finish that one off, then we'll go up here. Oh. so I've gone quiet because it's making me feel so good doing this. And I think I always say, and we all say, there's a time for everything. And I just knew it wasn't a wildly creative mind space that I'm in this morning, but I did need to stitch. Oh, and I'm worrying that one stitch is bigger than the other, but see, even when I try to be neat and perfect, these things happen. We'll have a look at this and then we'll see where else we go with this beautiful colour. Oh, getting all sorts of knots here. There we are. Funny angle, Kate. Let's go up here to fix that. Very meditative. Okay. So that really is a slow stitch, isn't it? Okay. From a distance, height, wool. And now more filled in. I like it. So we'll just tie that off. Sometimes the most simple things. So we're on Friday here, weekend ahead. What are your plans? For me, I'm just going to keep playing and playing with my rearrangement of the house and the studio. I'm going up here now into this middle of the circle. So that will link the centers. I have found a little beaded Victorian lamp on Facebook that I'm going to pick up tomorrow, and she might live beside Sadie the sofa. Well, that's what I can see in my mind. So, and I don't think she's very big, so I will share that when I pick her up. Okay, so I like that. Now, do you think I could colour in there? It's worth a try. So I'm going to come out. I thought of doing more French knots. Will we do that first? Yep. So this will add colour and texture as well. Because the variegation is happening. Oh, I hope that didn't make you a bit giddy. I went pretty fast. And I'm not doing it in any particular order or pattern. Just being free. Yeah, so I'm channeling beads and little pieces of collage and vintage, vintage pink and green, because that's what the piece has inspired. in me. There we are. We use that as a reason to stop. Remember, I will come back and pick that up. Okay. Oh, I'm glad it's not looking too bright from a distance. Okay. Now I feel, let's get some different cottons. You see how quickly my pinks are disappearing? That's nice. I could use that one as well. Oh, did you see what went flying by? Look at that perfect little embroidery. And I've taken off a bigger piece. That was me trying to embroider a year ago and couldn't do it. Can we put, oh, so sweet. Which direction are we going to grow our garden? So we've got a green leaf here. We could go like that and continue it out. So I'm going to go really close to that branch. And I like how that blossom ends up, looks like, do you get what I'm meaning? The words are failing me, but it's, if you hadn't seen that, you might have thought, oh, that's the same sort of flower. Okay. I'm noticing beautiful fine satin stitch, and they've divided the wool, and I don't do that. Don't know quite what I'm doing. I feel I want to go in between there really badly. But I don't know now whether that's enough contrast. So instead, let's go over here and see if we can make these flowers part of the story. The pearl head caught there. That just reminded me, I was about to say pearl button, and that's the name of Kelly's beautiful dog. That's a pearl pin. So what I'm doing is just doing stitches basically, and just feeling how to sort of extend them and put this piece down at the same time. We are just lost in the flow. Glad you're getting a break from the Kate that talks non-stop. You know, when we all talk about how much it helps us to do work like this, but I can say right now, I should be doing some sort of well-being check, because I can just really feel myself relaxing. Instead of thinking about how many hours I'm about to be on the road and the traffic. It's the beginning of school holidays here this afternoon, so that always adds time to journeys. It's for a wonderful reason. I'm happy. I think I've been fighting my body that just wants to stay home and keep playing. But now I can say, you've had a little stitch. Okay. Let's see how our little garden is looking there. Okay, so I really liked that little round thing there, and I was thinking about doing a round circle, but I'm not that neat. But I'll come back in with some little seed stitches, which will help keep it down. But remember, I like the look of that it's obviously been joined on. I'm sure many of you could make that look invisible. And now let's just do some French knots. My hands have really been in the wars. I've got burns and scratches and broken fingernails all over the place. All signs of me moving things around and being in a hurry. Okay, let's go back there. Okay, let's look perspective-wise. So there we are. We'll put different blooms and flowers in amongst there. I was just looking at this heart and thought maybe I could make some, maybe I can put beads or this effect, but in pink. that also would be fun. Okay, I'm just standing up and seeing what else I can spy. Let's snip one of these. These are from Beck and they're cotton. And I think I used them and let's grow one area at a time, Kate. See, it's too... Well, let's have a little play. See, what's wonderful now is, where's the right side of this? And I've got something underneath that I can put underneath, a bit of plastic. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm putting a mix of different pinks in because it's a little bit not right yet. I shouldn't have put orange. I need it to be wetter, so sometimes what I do, if I had more water with me, I dump it in. In fact, I've got a glass of water here. Just realised. For drinking. In case I get that cough again. So I can't put this one on today because I've just dunked it. But if it's wet, then you can paint and mix your colours a lot more easily. So I'm going lighter now. You probably can't see. And sometimes it's even the, yeah, see, that's better, the back side rather than my bright side. But anyway, that needs to dry. And I'll go on with some stitching instead. I've got yellow flowers. I've got all sorts of pretty things around here. Look at this, beautiful. That's another piece of linen from Beck's Kits. Oh, but that's going to be special. Hanky. Nope. Okay. Well, let's just go back to thinking everything pink. I've got these beautiful DMC, and I learned how to open these the other day. I don't know where I'm going to use this yet, but I just like the feel of it. Finally, after all of this, someone shared that if I chop this near the knot, all the lengths are done, and you just pull. Oh. There we are. Can't get the knot over. Oh, what have I done? wasn't thinking about knotting. That's what my mind went to my newsletter, which next one is due out next Monday. So, oh, if you want to be on that list, I'll put the link to my to how you can do that. All right. What do I want to do? I want to start up here. Got to learn. And this is variegated, so I'm going to see what happens if I fill these grooves in between the stitches. Pull that one a little bit tighter. You can probably see it better than me because I'm probably too close. Yep. So building up around the edge. So I'd be really interested to hear if you do this as one of your favorite things, or whether, yeah. How that all works. And is there a name for this? I'm probably embellishing the work of others. Probably one of the sad things, and maybe we should start doing it, is why don't we sign our embroideries and our work? Like when we paint a picture, the artist puts their name. So there we are. That's a curious question for the day. Or maybe you do that. Because I was going to say I would love to be acknowledging this piece of art. But I can't because I don't know who did it. And I know a lot of us inherit pieces from family, especially grandmothers and people that may no longer be with us. Okay, I am going to start now being more like myself and experiment with filling in this particular petal. Trying to keep some sense of direction. Yep. Of course, not succeeding in getting it perfectly right. go. The start of an experiment. My heart is saying that I need those to be fuller rather than outlines. So I will keep having a little play, and I can see that my stitches need to go back over this way, and that's what I will do next. So there we are. That's been a little sit and stitch at the end of the week. Nothing too strainy, but still having space for experimenting. I just want my needle back so that it can stay there. Okay, thank you so much for being with me. I'll go and have my big day, and I'm sure the next time you hear from me, I'll be brighter because I'll be having some time at home again. Thank you so much for sparing your precious time with me, and happy stitching. Bye.